Welcome one and all to a very special, long time coming, interesting Scotch matchup of the ages, folks. This is 21 year versus 21 year, blended versus single malt, blended multi-grain versus malted barley, all wrapped up into one matchup here, folks, at the K.O.E Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. And I am joined this evening, folks, you know, me, your king of extreme, and joined by my indomitable broadcast partners, the one, the only,
your big bucking emperor chicken, also a host of several shows and fun things that we've done around the world. Linktree / Big Buck, and you like politics, you like talking trash, you like to hear the latest news stories of the day and get some news, opinion, analysis. Yeah, jump on over, check us out live once a week with all of the fun topics of the day. And of course, we always drink with Phil and hang out with Tony.
Yes, and also, speaking of which, we are joined by the one, the only,
the non-Kappa friendly, the squire of the space side, and my God, the 36-year aged American cask strength, Tony fucking G.
Well done. I like every time you add something new to this. I love it. So
he's creative tonight.
The 36-year aged American oak cask, cask strength. There we go, folks. This is a matchup that I think is a lot more indicative of a lot of the debates in the Scotch world than a lot of people want to admit, because we've got Glenfiddich 21 Caribbean Rum cask aged. This is a single malt, so this is all malted barley from a single distillery. And then we've got
a bottle I've been waiting a while to give a good hurting on, because something like this was much needed.
And it's up against something that a lot of you folks are very interested in. This is Johnnie Walker XR 21, 21-year blended Scotch whiskey. Amazing. So it's not single malt, and it also has multiple grains. It's not just malted barley. And so a lot of Scotch snobs insist that you must be single malt to be good Scotch. Well, we're going to put that to the test this evening, gentlemen, because this is, we're going to let the palate decide what is better. Now, we're giving Glenfiddich every advantage. It's cask finished. It's Caribbean rum. And Tony, I will
reserve a rum cask.
I will allow you to make the pours into the egg.
By all means.
Oh,
You're
okay.
In the middle. Go ahead.
I guess if you're going to give me that honor there.
This is just one of those, this is one of the bottles that you're going to see in the store in a gigantic orange box. And you're going to wonder, what in the blue hell? Out. Oh, God. It's actually almost offensive to the eye, to be completely frank. But it is pretty lavish.
No, it makes your mouth immediately think of oranges and fruit.
Yes. That's probably by design. But this is only 40% ABV. This is only 80 proof. This is a light one. This is a Scotch. Go figure. Glenfiddich 21-year-old and exquisite traditional whiskey given a unique modern twist. With the rum cask, and it works. This one works. And there's only a few bottles of Scotch that have a rum cask finish that I have tried. The Glenlivet Caribbean Reserve, big swing and a miss for me. The Balvenie 14-year Caribbean rum cask finish, my God, that's a beautiful
good stuff. I don't have any problem.
But this is heads and shoulders better.
It's kind of the king of rum cask finish. There's only one, actually, hang on, I'm pointing to it right now. That's even in the same universe in terms of rum cask finishing. Yeah, it's
Breckenridge rum cask, blue
there.
label.
Yep, there you go. Yep. So,
my God.
Now let's get into. God, even now, still a great.
So the presentation on this came in a beautiful box as well.
That's a gorgeous bottle.
Oh yeah.
The box was ridiculous, but the bottle and the cork. Look at this thing. It looks like it came out of a 1990s Avon catalog.
No, dude, this looks like it came from medieval times.
This is gorgeous. I love it.
I was about to say, this is the kind of decanter that you would expect, perfume in the 1940s.
That's what I'm saying. It's beautiful. The lid, my God. Look at
it's very regal in its presentation.
Yes.
There you are, sir. There you are, sir. So now we are all good to go here. We've got two 21-year whiskeys, 1 single malt, 1 blended.
Why don't
one
you just pour another for both of these gents since they're old enough to drink with us, Phil?
You've been holstering that one for a minute, T? Well done.
That
Well
just
done.
happened.
Yeah.
Well done. I mean, they are both of legal age to drink now with us. So let's see how Glenfiddich 21, the spectacular, the amazing.
God. Oh. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. 21 of them, in fact.
Wow.
My God.
If the whiskey's so good, it's got Tony quoting Shakespeare. My God. Now, take up.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day?
Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May.
Summer's leaf hath all too short a date.
No.
Thank you, Mrs. Apley.
Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines.
Tony's like, okay, that's all I can remember.
I know I fucked up the order. See,
I didn't get that deep into Romeo.
Okay, this one's got like
Not as deep as Tony did.
this has got like a toffee molasses sweetness.
The thing with Johnnie Walker is it's got that trademark smell.
Yeah.
You've
It's
got to get
not-
past that before you can actually find the layers.
And that's what I'm trying to do right now because
Yeah.
I'm like,
I like here's the
this
thing,
is why I don't have a bunch
I don't
of Johnny
have a
Walkers.
bad preconceived notion of Johnny Walker because I kind of started on the high end of Johnny Walker,
Yeah.
and I consider Johnny Walker Red as just kind of like I don't ever.
I know it's available. I
have one 200 milliliter bottle of Johnny Walker Red that I have yet to finish.
My first introduction to Scotch was through Johnny Walker, and I don't think it was a very good representation of what
No.
Scotch can be.
No, it's a blended. It's a cheap blended. Yeah. But unfortunately,
I always thought of
is-
Johnny Walker as like the Jim Beam of
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
like
agree.
I don't like
But
hardly anything Jim Beam puts out.
But everything past red has that distinct
yeah,
Johnny Walker Red.
Yep.
smell
Yes,
to it.
yes. Well, gentlemen, let's take up Glenfiddich 21 and bring it to our lips.
Indeed. Oh. Jesus. That hits harder than 80 proof. Seriously, I would guess at least. I would guess 90 if I had to guess blindly.
apricot.
Yeah.
Yeah, apricot and figs.
Yeah, figs. There it is.
Yeah,
T,
big. Perfect.
go in for 21 seconds.
Gladly.
And while he's doing that, what I was getting was there was a small mint, like almost peppermint on the palate that was starting to build up by about second 10, which subsided into this beautiful fruit burst of where the rum starts to come through. And
Strawberry.
there's kind of like this candy peppermint the whole way there. And by the last 2 seconds at second 20 and 21, just marvelous.
That's decadent.
Oh, yeah, there's no
I-
other word for that.
That was
love this
That was fun.
I love this. This stuff's so good.
Wow.
Yeah. That is.
It's looking for my palate cleanser. It's like, uh-oh.
That's phenomenal stuff. A lot of people, frown on this because it's 40 ABV. It's 21 years old and it's very
Right.
expensive. But my
Yeah.
God,
The
is it
cheapest we've
delicious.
found it in this year of our Lord 2022 is $184,
Yeah.
and it's usually around $250. And that's, you feel not good doing that. But now, gentlemen, this cost me, what was it, like $1.60? Like,
Yeah,
I remember
it
it
under
was
200 easy.
Yeah, this was actually cheaper than a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label, and in my opinion,
Yeah.
I like this better than Johnny Walker Blue.
Yeah, this beat blue.
I don't get into this too often just because I want to compare it to other Johnny Walkers and other Scotches, and I want to get data from it. So this is one, like, I would love to get into it because you're about to find out why. But gentlemen, 21 years, Slanjiva.
Big vanilla note on the front.
It's almost like it wants to be peated.
Yeah, there is a little there. Not too much. Just enough. It's got about the same level as Johnny Walker Green for me. Just the right amount. It doesn't overdo it.
Okay, go in for 21 seconds. And at first, it's going to have like kind of like you said, that house style of Johnnie Walker for about the first 8 to 9 seconds. And then towards the end, it becomes this toasted honey bread. Towards the last, at least the last 5-8 seconds, beautiful toasted honey bread. So, and I always get kind of like a cornbread impression from this, even when I'm just going in for just a sip.
I almost get like like what you're talking with the bread, but almost like raisin or like a raisin oat nut like muffin type thing out of it.
So
that's interesting.
That's
yeah.
good.
Yes,
Definitely a nutty flavor in there. I have to
Yeah.
like, it's a very distinct on the especially on the back end, especially when you do that long term.
so it's nutty. So you Knob Creek fans will be big fan of this. Well, I'm gonna go back to Glenfiddich 21 because this is for science.
Oh. I really want to know what rum.
Figs and apples.
I
and,
really want to know what rum cask.
yeah, good God.
Because I want to buy a bottle of that rum.
I was about to say, well, we find out. I was like, no, they just take Captain Morgan.
Yeah,
Like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Admiral Nelson, Trader Vic.
Yeah.
Sailor Jerry's, come
Sailor
on.
Jerry's, yeah.
Oh, okay. That bamboo rum that Jeremy had me try, that's overly sweet.
I could see
That would be
being-
that would actually be a perfect rum
would
for
be good.
because like in my opinion it's overly sweet actually. But hey, that's what some folks are after. Now I'm going back to Johnnie Walker, the man who walked around the world.
and walked into a vat of peat.
You know, now that we've gotten so deep into all these different whiskeys, I do kind of taste the peat now.
It's hard to get past it, but you got, like I
It's
said,
a different kind of peat, though.
yeah, it's the right level, and it's not smoky.
They blended it properly.
It's not an overbearing peat.
So now, Chicken, you are a lover of peat.
Wow. That's,
You might say I'm a fan of Pete.
Just certainly more
Pete's a
than
cool
the
dude. I really like him. You know.
nice guy.
Okay, yeah, like now Pete's kind of been kind of an ass to me and Tony.
Yeah,
We've never been.
He pushed me down one time. laughed
I'm
at
sorry.
Me, pantsed me. Yeah.
I got some things that you can like reconcile with.
Overalls? So you can't pants
I got
me?
some Ardbeg if you.
Oh god. Okay. I'll
You
stick-
No,
want
no.
to
I'll
get back
stick
in
with
touch
this.
with your inner Pete.
No,
Stick with this.
we'll stick with this for now.
I don't need peat inside of me.
Good Lord, Waka Waka.
Yes, you do.
This is, like you said, not a normal Pete. It's like I almost wonder.
It's
If,
repeat.
I almost wonder if this is a blend from a Campbellton.
Okay.
You see what I'm getting at? Because
Yeah.
their peat is so different. So
That makes sense because, like with that Glen Scotia, there was definitely a peat value there, but it wasn't that standard peat. You're right. I
Yeah.
think you're onto something there.
now, Chicken, this is a tough decision. I'm gonna give you the first vote out of these two amazing scotches. 21 years goes into them. Which one sits down?
As much as I love a little bit of peat, it wasn't the right kind of peat. There's the smoky peat, and then there's the swampy peat. I thought the Johnnie Walker had a little bit of the swampy peat, which I am not a big fan of. It wasn't so smoky. It was more of the seagrass swampy type flavor. Outside of that, I got past the Johnnie Walker like opening flavor pretty quick,
Yeah.
which I didn't think I would, but I did. And then
'Cause there's more
doing the
there.
21 second, going through that journey, there was a lot there. So I'm not knocking the Johnnie Walker 21 at all because shit, if I find it for under $200, I might grab a bottle of this. This shit's pretty goddamn
Yeah.
good. But the Glenfiddich, I couldn't like. I don't know what to complain about. I can't find anything wrong with
Yeah.
It's a little soft at 40. That's it.
it. But it
And
kind
it
of
is.
bites. You'd be
Yeah,
surprised.
it drinks heavier than 40.
At 40, it still bites. You think you might be drinking something heavier, which I don't care if you're 10% higher or not. Like this is good. It's great.
Tony, which one are you voting for?
gosh, you know me. It's just so... No, it's the Glenfiddich 21.
Now, as much as I do love Johnnie Walker XR 21, there's a reason this commands a higher price.
Yeah.
And it's a reflection of quality in this instance. Not necessarily rarity, but quality.
Yeah, I'd like to see him dilute it just a little bit less, but this is perfection.
Oh, Tony, just stop it. You and I both know that cask strength Glenfiddich 21 rum cask finish would be probably top 5 whiskeys on God's creation.
I would be happy
This
with
is already top 10.
I'd be happy with 90 proof, but I'm also happy with 80 because this is beautiful.
Now, T, you've held off long enough, and I know you've got just tiny little bit. In fact,
I had to drink down pretty low because I didn't feel
in
good.
fact, I'm going to let you use some of mine for your blend as well.
I finished my Glenfiddich already. So.
Well, here, let him, do that. Because I got just the right... I didn't want to... Because this is going to be such a strange
And an extra
blend.
one.
This is going to be a weird blend. I don't know that this is going
There
to
you go.
complement itself, but I have to know.
Yeah, this is for science, folks. I'm going to let these guys...
The peat smell's gone. The
Yeah.
weird Johnnie Walker smell's gone.
Yeah. I mean...
What a shock that pouring Glenfiddich 21 into something fixes everything.
Let's give her a shot.
Yeah.
Well, we will
I almost
see.
got an apple there. Like,
honestly, that's...
I got
not
green fruit
bad.
now.
Wow, actually, shit, that's good.
that's really
Oh,
good.
shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you better try that one. Oh my god.
That's impressive.
Wow, that I didn't. I thought that was gonna be terrible. I'm gonna give that a solid A minus.
I'm giving it an A. Flat
That's-
up. Straight up an
That
A.
shocked me.
That is, it takes everything about Johnnie Walker that turns people off
Wow.
and gets
And
rid of it.
turns it into beauty.
yeah,
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm with him. A.
Oh my god.
that is good.
Good
Wow,
is good,
that-
folks.
Now I'm buying both, folks.
Yeah,
Like,
shit, I can have both. I guess next we're gonna have, since we started.
can you just give me a vial of that, and then I'll next
I
time I
think
get Johnnie
Tony's gonna
Walker,
be
I'll
like-
pour it in there.
It's like when I was making my
How to
Dalmore
blend a
Infinity
blend.
bottle, and Tony's like, Phil, let me have a little pour of that Dalmore Dominion. Like, no. How could
It's
you?
going in the bottle anyway, Phil. Just give me a little splashy splash.
So,
That's great.
Now the peat's a little bit back on the nose.
but
That's
not
interesting.
on the palate. That's marvelous.
well,
Shocker that 42 years worth of cask aging would be delicious.
well done. Well done.
Shocking.
So,
Yeah.
folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here at the K.O.E. Nation for this 21-year single malt versus blended matchup. This was a matchup we needed to do, even though I think we knew how this was going to end one way or the other, folks. But thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I hope every last one of you makes it back here happy, healthy, much the wiser to the K.O.E. Nation. Tony, Chicken, take it away.
Appreciate you tuning in, folks. This was a fantastic review. Don't knock it till you try it, folks. And this blend was amazing. You can find me at Big Buckin' Empire on YouTube and Facebook, Linktree/Big Buckin' for weekly news, sports, politics, you name it. We do it and we talk about it live. And we pop up your comments and either agree with you or disagree with you.
Probably
But it's
disagree.
probably. But it's always a great time and a fun environment. So make sure you check us out. Tony.
You know, I'm just gonna shill my Venmo because obviously we're gonna need to get another bottle of this pretty soon because this is so nice.
Dude, we saw one today.
I know. I'm
I
just saying.
might go pick it up tomorrow.
I'm just saying. Everybody watching this right now should Venmo me. What you get out of it, we'll discuss that later once you privately know. So, well, that's neither here nor there. I'm Tony G. Like, share, subscribe. This was beautiful, and I think now we're gonna have to. We started at the top. We'll have to do Glenfiddich 18 versus Johnnie Walker 18 next.
I got Glenfiddich 18 right
We
there.
should have brought 18.
Oh,
Johnny,
ideas.
Just gonna have
this
to work our way
motherfucker's
down
spitting.
now, I guess.
So, folks, thank you for being here. God bless. Travel well.
Appreciate
Catch you on the flip side.
smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.